Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride. What's up? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. What's up? How's it going, Jamie?
It's going.
It's going.
It's going.
Mm. Yeah, hopefully my computer connection is back to being normal again. Who knows?
And that mine stays stable tonight with the bomb cyclone. Every time I hear that, I think of Rage Against the Machine bomb track.
Yeah,
They're like, we're throwing a bomb cyclone your way.
exactly. Mm. So how's everybody been doing the last week or two?
Yeah, we had lots of technical stuff.
Yeah, it's been a total couple of weeks of chaos here for me.
I almost got the links all out.
Got a van in my driveway, my Kia Soul in my driveway, my Chevy Suburban in my driveway, and my boat in the driveway. And at one point, all four of them damn things were broke down, like all at once. But slowly, by surely, getting them fixed one at a time.
Good. Where are you at and all that now?
Got them going pretty good. Got my Suburban running again. I mean, it wasn't not running. It just had a dead battery, and then it had a radiator leak. So I had to fix the radiator leak and put a new battery in it. And I'm going to sell that big old biatch. And then my van had this mystery overheating problem. And the Soul they told me it needed a new catalytic converter, which is $1,300. And my boat motor has got some mystery not circulating properly issue. I'm ready to just beat it with a
ball peen hammer and light it on fire.
Damn.
And the dishwasher broke again. And I've ordered parts for it twice, and they've been the wrong parts both
Wait,
times.
after the last time it broke that you told me?
Yeah.
Oh, Rob. You got something back like threefold because things come in threes. Yours has come in like straight nines or so this last
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
what did you do?
What did I do? I got up this morning and I said, screw it all. I'm going fishing.
Right on. But what did you do to get this type of karma coming back at you?
I don't know.
So hard? You don't seem like someone that could cause that kind of chaos on purpose.
Yeah, see, Heather's got problems. That's the way I look at it. I'm like, whatever. I got shit to deal with, but whatever. Everybody's got stuff to deal with, And there's the people that are in a way off worse situation. So, I don't even
And it's hard to gauge like whose is worse than others because everybody's stuff is like, trying in one way or the other, but it can always be worse and everybody's still going through something.
Yep. Yep. We all got our own issues to deal with. And, there's always, people that still don't have a house or a roof over their head from, their house getting wiped out with a storm that are still, how do you even survive that? How, if you just have nothing, you got nowhere to live, no clothes, no nothing.
Relying on like the kindness of people to help you.
Yeah.
And having to like put all your pride aside. There you are.
There's a lot of people like that right now.
Because you really do. You have to put all your pride aside and accept help.
Yep.
And it humbles you and breaks you down. I'm blessed. Usually, like when I catch myself bitching about, I still have problems that, are big to me because they affect my life significantly. Again, of course, it could be a hell of a lot worse that others would be glad to have my problems, but that's why I watch my trash TV sometimes, like certain shows like Married at First Sight or Love After Lockup or Love and Hip Hop, because I'm like, okay, no matter what's going on in my life, like at least it's not that. Kind of like why I used to watch Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Because it's like my stuff's bad crazy, but it's not that.
Yeah, exactly. You see some of those people and you're like, damn, I thought my weird was weird, but whoa.
Yeah, my weird ain't anything close to that weird. Like I'm doing a lot better than I thought.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an ego boost.
Yeah, sometimes, homeless, it can be a lot less stress, you ain't got to worry about, you still got to worry about stuff, but, you don't got to worry about like normal, like, oh shit, how am I going to pay the light bill? Oh, car insurance, oh, rent or mortgage or cable bill or, how am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? If you're homeless, you just like, shit, I'm just going to worry about getting something to eat for tomorrow.
More money, more problems.
Talking to my buddy that owns the bait and tackle shop here, he just spent a couple of weeks in, I think he was in Panama, and fishing and doing some guide trips and stuff. And I said, man, it looked like you had a good time. I was checking out your pictures. He was like, yeah. He was down there for, I don't know, a little over almost 3 weeks, I guess. And yeah, he said, man, I love it. It was like being back in the early 80s, like before internet and cell phones, and people were like interacting with each other and not just sitting there, staring at a phone. And you didn't have internet to distract you. And I was like, yeah, and you eat a lot better. And he's like, yeah, there's like nowhere to buy shit food.
That's awesome.
That's what I loved about going to Costa Rica and being out where I was at. There was no fast food place, no stores, none of that. You're eating good, clean food, fish that you catch, or whatever, and no internet to like totally distract you. But there again, with no internet, couldn't do stuff like this. But yeah, times were definitely seemed to be a lot simpler back then. A lot less to worry about. Yeah, I remember I had a pager at one point, and I'd go out in my boat and I'd be gone sometimes for 2 or 3 days. No phone, no, EPIRB, no radio, no nothing. I'd just go and be gone. And nobody knew where I was or when I was coming back or when I left.
Yeah.
That's how I got my nickname, the Phantom. Because I'd just disappear. Go off the grid.
Gotta do that sometimes.
Nowadays, I get in the car and I go to drive away. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't have my phone. Sometimes I just go, screw it, and I just leave it here. But usually 8 times out of 10, I pull back in and go in and get it. Because I'm whipped. Gotta have my phone. What happens if I have a flat tire? What happens if I don't have no way to communicate, no way to reach the outside world? Oh well, life goes on. But I do see there's a lot of homeless people around here. And it does amaze me how they all have cell phones and a lot of them have e-bikes. And I'm like, damn,
yeah,
you got a cell phone. How do they pay that monthly bill? Is it a government cell phone? Is it a panhandler cell phone? And how the hell did they get a expensive ass e-bike? And where the hell do they charge it? I was trying to think, I got an e-bike, and what if I was homeless? Yeah, I could get around. Where would I charge my bike? Where is it? Like, do you got to find like an outside place that has, somewhere where you can plug in middle of the night, side of the convenience store? I don't know.
I saw a commercial the other day for, these, I guess they're giving out chargers with these cars. And it shows like kids out there with their band equipment like plugged into it, and then all these other things like plugged into it. So are people using like the electric car's charging unit to charge all sorts of other stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what size solar panel I would need to just like recharge my bike, if we were to just totally lose everything for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, kids Most kids don't even have a clue of what the times that we grew up in and the things we used to do. Yeah, we would go outside and, play, be outside for hours and go build a fort in the woods. And kids there be like, why? Because that's what you did.
Exactly.
Kids nowadays, if you told them to go outside and play in the woods, the damn social services would come arrest you for child abuse.
No Wi-Fi.
Go outside and play in the woods.
There's no hot spots out there. I think I got all the links. I started saying hi to people, but I think I got the links put on the show.
I'm glad to know it wasn't just me.
What's that? Oh, yeah. What about phones, like people calling you and leaving you voicemails and stuff, but you have no record that they called you and no voicemail?
Yeah.
I have heard weird people talking about phones ringing weird or not ringing and different stuff like that, but it always seems like it's either like other coast or a service I don't use.
Yeah. I've been getting these weird messages, like these weird texts from, people that aren't in my contact list, just unknown numbers, Hello. Delete. I got one. I think I mentioned it last show we did. I got one. I forget what the girl's name was. She was like, "Hey, just wanted to know if you wanted to come over this weekend. I was thinking about having a barbecue." And normally I just delete it, if I don't know who they are, but I couldn't help myself. I had to reply back.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, that sounds awesome. Can I bring like 5 or 6 of my friends too? Because they're really hungry. They love barbecue." I didn't get a reply.
That's hilarious. Did you know for like unknown callers, you can set it so that call won't even ring on your phone. Like it'll show up at the top and it'll be in your list, but you won't be interrupted by an unknown caller. The only problem with it is unless they're in your contacts. So say like they say, "Oh, do you want to wait and we'll call you back in 5 minutes?" If you don't have that phone number, you're not going to hear them call you back.
Huh.
So sometimes it's a pain, but I have mine set to that. I never have to be bothered with unknown calls ringing.
Wow. You get a ton of
In
them.
fact, it's not very much that is allowed to come through and ring on my phone. They don't, Tommy. There was a man. It was a TikTok. It could have been a joke. I don't know. They were in a antique store and came across a rotary phone, and the guy showed the kid, "This is what we used to talk on, and the kid's like, "What is that?" "No, it's not." And didn't understand, looking at it like it's this foreign object. That's what a telephone used to be, like for real.
Yeah, I mentioned a payphone a while back. There's some younger kids around there like, "What? You mean you paid? Yeah, you got to pay for your phone." "No, a payphone. You used to put a quarter in it and make a call." "What?"
A quarter.
Oh yeah, I used to have that on cassette tape. Huh? Cassette tape. Okay, boomer.
Ugh, boomer.
Yeah, I get the calls that say could like most likely a scam.
Yeah, mine just says scam likely.
Scam likely. That's what it says.
So
Yeah.
anything that says scam likely, I automatically block. There's so much on my block list.
Sometimes
But you just
I answer them.
do. You actually pick up a scam likely? You actually answer your phone?
Occasionally, when the mood strikes me, when I see scam likely, I'll just be like, "Hello," and
Uh,
they'll go into their spiel. And I'll just be like, "I like baked beans and whipped cream. You got any of that?" Just start talking crazy shit to
what do they do?
them. Just like usually hang up after a few minutes. We'd like to know if you're
Wow.
interested in selling your house. I'll trade you for a can of bean and sausage. What?
No way. I bet they just sit there staring at their stuff for like a minute before they have to make that next call too after that. Like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah. Yes. Could I speak to William Autry, please? Ain't no William Autry here. This is Jesse. Yep. You got the wrong number. Let's see which crazy text did I get today. I may have deleted them all. Now, here's one. Just from an unknown number. Hello. Oh, during the right before the election, man. I was getting the
Oh
election
my God.
calls
Everything.
and texts. Yeah, and I'd like report spam, and I don't know who it was. It was somebody. I can't even remember who it was, but on one day I just like I
It
just
wasn't just one though, was it?
oh no, I was getting like a dozen a day. But
Yeah, because it was like every little thing. Like that's how I got alerted even that certain things were happening before I knew it was happening because I'd get like this help, we need your help now. Don't enter this because
oh
blah blah
yeah,
blah indictment. It's like, wait, what? I look it up. Oh yeah, sure enough, like 3 minutes later, it's out there, but these roto people are on it.
yeah.
I have a cat down here.
We used to when I worked at the Ocean Extreme Sports out on the beach out here. We used to get spam calls like phone solicitations or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would use a soundboard to talk to them, and we used to have competition to see who
Oh
could keep
no.
them on the phone the longest. I
Like
held the
trick.
record. I held the record at 18 minutes.
What kind of call was it?
It'd be like insurance or like a credit card company or something, and you know,
And you made him think
um,
like you were like interested or what?
yeah, you just use the soundboard. What's your name? The name's Hank Hill.
No.
18 minutes. I kept them on the phone. I mean, they get paid by how long how many calls they make and stuff. So, but you just gotta wear them out.
That's like it's Mike Tyson, bitch. Who used to do that? Not Jerky Boys.
Oh yeah, they did it.
The same thing, or was it like just the prank calls? Um, Sal.
This is Sal Rosenthal. See with my nub.
I wonder what he changes. He probably just,
What?
where do you
Say
think?
what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Whoa.
Like, where does Superman change nowadays?
Yeah, there's no more phone booths.
So does he have to do it real quick, like on the subway? Is he like ducking just into alleys and? Oh, she put up a poll. Where does Superman do his outfit change now that the phone booths are gone?
So, honey, what are you going to rant about today? Can we get a little preview?
Oh, I gotta.
So, honey. So,
Oh,
honey,
geez,
what are
it's
you
on
going to...
replay.
What really grinds my gears? It spins in a vortex and changes so quick. No, there you go. Yeah, that's what we see. Shadow people. It's actually Superman, or like Wonder Woman. Didn't she spin and change? She's
Yeah, she
like,
did like some kind of little tornado action thing.
yeah. And then she's like, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, didn't she have like the golden lasso or something?
She certainly did.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
She had her golden lasso.
Oh, there you go.
And her little wrist. She's got kind of gray hair right now because it does, so let's forget about that. She's got her boots and her little shorty shorts
Shorty shorts with the stars on them.
and her little crown and her lasso. When I was little, my dad, I told him I wanted a Wonder Woman Barbie, but they didn't exist, but he thought maybe they did because I wanted it. So he ended up getting me like a action figure and stuff, but I really wanted Wonder Woman Barbie. Finally in my 20s, when I was working a mortgage, they came out with Wonder Woman Barbie. And so my dad got it for me. It was years later, but he finally was able to get me my Wonder Woman Barbie. She has her
Sweet.
star earrings. Very sentimental.
Do ladies work here? Like this little sentimental gal here. Her hair needs to be dusted out too. Somebody sent me this that's special.
Oh,
The
Elvira.
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 Monster High. Elvira.
Elvira. Or two. Had to look high and low for Elvira.
I couldn't believe it. From Santa Rob, and she's got the most beautiful costume and jewelry. And her removable little knife here. In fact, you got me both my Elviras.
Did I?
Didn't you? Didn't you also get the first one that came out that had the two heads?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think I think that was you.
Two-headed
So
Elvira.
I was going to order it. Beat me to it, I believe. .3D printed Elvira. And she's got two different faces, and she comes with a little mug that she holds a potion and a really cool skull that sits on her lap.
Come in, darling. I've been expecting you.
That's her other head. But I like this one because she's like winking.
All right, there you go.
Her accessories.
Oh, come in. Don't be afraid. I won't bite.
She used to say something about,
Scary dreams.
yeah.
Or wait, ghoulish nights and scary dreams. I don't remember. Yeah, Elvira still looks good. Oh, her computer at work. That's messed up. So what we got?
What we got going on?
Yeah, Elvira was so funny. That's why it was like, you can say what you want about her. Man, she had a sense of humor. She was funny.
Listen, sister, if I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
No one will. They can never reboot Elvira. They can never like redo her or have her be anybody else. Like, that is Elvira. That is the only Elvira.
Yeah. Like, what's up with, I was just like, I never really, very rarely watch movies and stuff, but the other day, I think it was the night the Tyson fight was on, and I was on Netflix, and I was like looking around, and I was like, oh, The Crow. They remade The Crow again?
They did?
I don't know. Did they? Has anybody seen that? The Crow. Yeah. The Crow 2024 official trailer.
That's. I mean, people not died during it, but there's just a lot to that. Like, It's something I wouldn't want to mess with and redo
Yeah.
for different
Yeah.
reasons.
Apparently, it's the same. The night before his wedding, musician Eric Draven. Oh, no, that's the original one. Let's see. Crow. Soulmates Eric and Shelley are brutally murdered. Given a chance to save the love of his life, Eric must sacrifice himself in the transverse. It's the same freaking story from the 1994 version of The Crow, but now it's remade in 2024. It's like, why?
And I don't even want to ask like how much the cast has changed or stayed true to the movie. It's like come up with an original flippant idea. Like certain things, if it's a spin-off of something, like I don't know if you watched Young Sheldon. I like the Goldbergs. I liked Young Sheldon. I like Big Bang Theory. And I like how Young Sheldon kind of goes into Big Bang Theory when you know the history and everything. Well, they had to cancel. They canceled it or stopped it because the father had died, and so everything changed. But the brother ended up having a baby like right beforehand, and him and the girl kind of have their own thing going. So they have this spinoff like George and Mandy's like wedding, where like a lot of the same people from it, but it's like the same thing, but carried on a different way. And it's not like trying to copy something, remake something. It's just a spinoff. But when people will like just do things over and over because either they have better effects now, like, oh, we can make it look so much scarier because the effects, or we could just do it better because we think we can do it better. We want to see how we would do it. We end up with all these like shitty movies.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you just use your brain and come up with an old-fashioned idea? I mean, even ChatGPT has probably better ideas than rebooting stuff that already existed.
Yeah. Here's the new Eric and Shelley. I'm like, really? It's the same damn story? You guys are going to remake a classic like The Crow? No. It was bad enough when they had The Crow 2 and then 3 or whatever. But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I flipped it on. I thought it was a trailer, but it was actually the movie. I guess it was on Netflix, and I'm just like, the hell is this? Really? I don't know. I may get bored one day and watch it just to see how bad it sucks.
So I went to actually watch, I was watching the Roku TV, whatever, and it said Mean Girls, and I was just kind of like one of those days I was just not feeling good. I was laying in bed like I was going to watch a movie. I wonder if it's like the other Mean Girls where it's going to be like, a bunch of little bitches and this and that. I couldn't get through 3 or 4 minutes of it.
Yeah.
It was nothing like it, and it was just horrible.
Yeah, I watched that remake of oh shit, I can't even think of the name of the movie now. Roadhouse. And I watched it, but I watched it in like 3 different sittings to get through it.
There's a remake of Roadhouse?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Connors, and that was bullshit because that show was all her, and they were making money off of it, and whatever reason she couldn't be on it. There was a whole thing around all that. Definitely not as good. Oh, and then I went to watch George Lopez. Racist as hell. Against white people. But it was like white people this, white people that, every other damn thing. It's like, people can be funny without having to joke about like race. Like, can you do anything else besides race? So, and I don't care about like a few things here and there. It's like, I care less. It was just so much that it was like, are you trying to prove a point or what the hell?
Yeah.
So I was done with that.
Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I watch a lot of YouTube fishing videos or whatever, If I want to learn how to do something, I watch some YouTube videos. Got to be careful though, because sometimes they'll tell you how to do it wrong.
YouTube University.
Yeah.
That's why you got to watch a couple different people's.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the other guy that played in Roadhouse, yeah, he wasn't near as good as Patrick Swayze. That was a classic, And then when they had Conor McGregor in there, I'm not a huge McGregor fan in the first
Yeah.
But I will say, when the whole Tyson Jake Paul thing went down, and that was a total disappointment. I'm hearing Jake Paul talking about fighting Conor McGregor. If that happens, I'll be rooting for Conor McGregor.
Hell
Even though I can't stand the guy.
Because he's cocky and shit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what makes him so funny. Like how he walks up, like when he has to weigh in, he like holds his shit as he's like walking out to make people like uncomfortable. He's just, he's a prick, but it's funny.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, that'd be a fun fight. Two cocky ass bastards fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually have a little more respect for Jake Paul, just even though I think the whole fight was scripted,
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I mean, dude's twice his age. So it's like, yay, you get the honor of saying you beat Tyson, but dude couldn't breathe half the time.
Yeah, and I don't even know about that. Like, you see his training videos and he was just full blown savage mode, and punching a bag for like 3 minutes at a time or 5 minutes is a pretty insane workout.
For sure.
And, yeah. So I don't know, man. I the first round he tagged him a few times and I was like, all right, when's he gonna pull out the closer punch? And then it just never happened, and he just started hitting less and less and less and less. But I don't know. At least at the end of the fight, whether it was scripted or whatever, Jake Paul wasn't running his mouth at the end, and gave Tyson some acknowledgement as the GOAT and everything else. So I got a little bit of more respect for him, but I sure would have loved to seen Tyson just knock him off his rocker.
Yeah, that definitely would have felt good. He would charge at him a couple times, and then I wondered, why are you stopping? Because you're supposed to stop, or like that's just what you got? Like, okay, now you hit, like,
yeah,
you ran up, and then what?
Yeah, it was a letdown.
Sure was. All right. I was gonna.
Pig's brains.
Pig's brain. I like pig's feet.
I like pig's feet.
I like.
I was over at my friend's house a long time ago, and he was like, we were making spaghetti and some other stuff, and he was like, hey, can you grab that out of the cupboard there, out of the cabinet? And I open the cabinet, and I see these cans that are lined up. Pig brains and gravy.
And gravy?
Pig brains and gravy.
Oh.
I'm like, dude, the fuck you got in your cabinet? he just had it there for like shock value, but he had all kinds of weird stuff like that.
For shock value.
We can have that on the side if you like. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna pass on pig brains and gravy.
That means people do eat it though.
Yeah, I have had squirrel gravy.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Scientists revived a pig's brain nearly a whole hour after it died. And I was thinking, well, I can't remember how long. Like, you see when a chicken get its head cut off, it'll still run around for a little bit. People, when they die, supposedly their eyes, can still see for a little bit. The brain is still going. There were cases where, like, the cops were like, why is this dude headless sitting on the edge of his bed? And then across the room on the bookshelf, they found his head. And they had the head facing, like, the dead dude sitting on the bed. And they realized it's because the guy would have had so many minutes to actually watch himself before he died, like, sitting there without a head. Like, they, do some pretty traumatizing things to people. But I'm wondering if it's because it's a whole hour is why it's a big deal.
I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. Yeah.
Scientists have revived activity in the brains of pigs up to nearly an hour after circulation had ceased. In some cases, punctuality was sustained for hours through a surprising discovery by researchers in China. The achievement represents a huge step forward in working out how to restore brain function after a patient has suffered a sudden cardiac arrest. That would be cool. It suggests that doctors may be able to widen the brief window for successful resuscitation of patients following cardiac arrest. The trick, incorporating the patient's unharmed liver, the organ the body uses to purify its blood, into the life support system used to revive the brain after the time had elapsed. Sudden cardiac arrest caused a lot of problems in the body due to the rapid cessation of blood flow. The subsequent drop in circulation to parts of the body is called ischemia, or ischemia. And when it occurs in the brain, it can also cause serious irreparable damage within minutes. This is why the resuscitation window for cardiac arrest is so short. It's known that multi-organ ischemia plays a role in the brain's ability to recover after cardiac arrest. The individual organs have not been fully investigated. In recent years, scientists have been using pig models to test methods for limiting brain injury, supervised by a university in China, a team of scientists has turned to the animal to try to understand the role of the liver in brain recovery after ischemia due to cardiac arrest. And then using 17 lab raised Tibetan mini pigs, the team compared the inclusion of a liver and a loss of circulation. 2 pigs, so they tell about the way they were controlling the groups, breaking it down. When the pigs were euthanized and their brains examined, the control group obviously had the less brain damage, but the group that had not been subjected to the liver whatever showed significantly less brain damage than the group that had. And so then they tried to do something with an undamaged liver. They talk about basic life support system involving an artificial heart and lungs to pump fluid to the brain, and then how they added the liver into it. And the brains were connected to life support system 10 minutes after. They experimented with different delays. So they were just doing a whole bunch of different experiments. Remarkably, in brains that had been starved of oxygen for 60 minutes, activity only returned for 3 hours before fading, suggesting critical interval in which resuscitation can be successful with the additional functioning liver. So they're saying that the liver plays an important role in the development of brain injury following cardiac arrests, and that finding suggests new avenues for research into brain injury and may hopefully improve survival rates and recovery outcomes for human patients in the future. So there you go. The liver can assist with keeping your brain alive. So I guess like before people say, oh, let's pull the plug, they're going to become a vegetable in a minute. You what? Bring up like, well, what about their liver? Like, is
interesting.
I don't really understand it.
Just eat bologna. Yeah, exactly.
Poor pigs, they like have all these little pigs, and then they're doing all these crazy different things to them. And then it's like, all right, well, now let's euthanize them and see what their brains look like.
What did the brain say? You'll be mad.
Huh?
What did the brain say? You'll hit me. Said Abby. Abby who? Normal. Yeah. Organ meat. Just eat bologna. Man, I'll tell you one thing. Boy. I went and played a gig the other day, and I left at 9 in the morning, and I got there. We started playing at noon, had to like make a makeshift stage and set everything up, set the sound system up, get everything going, started playing. We played for 4.5 hours and then had to break everything down. And on the way home, I had to pass the fairgrounds where the disc golf course is, and they were having a nighttime glow disc tournament. So I figured, oh, what the hell? I'll stop play that. So that was 24 rounds of disc golf. And I hadn't eaten anything all day. I'd had a few drinks, not alcoholic drinks, but, just like water and like Powerade and stuff and a Red Bull. But I hadn't really eaten anything. And by about 8 o'clock, we were done. About 8:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, we were done with disc golf. And I'm sitting under the pavilion. And somebody opened this big bag of those puffed Cheetos. And I ate like a handful, 2 handfuls of these damn Cheetos. And this is the first time I've eaten anything that even comes close to Cheetos or any kind of junk food in well over 6 months now. And I was eating them. I was starving and I ate them and I'm thinking, this is a bad idea. Let me just tell you, the next day, bad idea was a reality. Oh man, those 2 handfuls of Cheetos kicked my ass inside and out. I've been just strict carnivore dieting since May. And yeah, a handful of Cheetos did me no favors whatsoever. It rebelled. It sure did. With a
Has
bench.
it been since May? I
Yeah.
knew it's been a while, but I didn't realize it's been that long. Yeah.
Kicked my ass. I felt like shit the entire next day because of 2 handfuls of damn Cheetos.
Did you shit orange?
No, but my wiener was orange for some reason. I can't figure it out.
You woke up in the morning and you had little Cheeto dust prints on it.
Yeah.
Damnedest thing.
Yeah, the body does not like change. Not those kind, that's for sure. Woke up the next morning and my stomach was like, I was like, hey, stomach. My stomach was like,
Stomach said, fuck you.
yeah.
So, like when I was telling you about, when I don't eat McDonald's or like have like Coca-Cola for a while, if I'm around people like back in the day where it was like, where my cousin would eat McDonald's like days in a row, the first day my stomach gets completely sick and everything. The second day I can eat it. The first day I drink a Coke, my stomach kills. It hurts so bad. It's like sour and everything. But then if I drink it again and again, like I get a tolerance to it.
Yeah.
And that tells you your body doesn't want this stuff. It's like it's rejecting it, but it just starts to build the tolerance to it.
Yep.
And that's what the Cheeto sounds like.
Mm.
The same thing.
They still tasted good going in, but whew, coming out was rough. Yeah, not good. I drove, went out. I was telling Jamie right before the show, I went to the Bass Pro Shops grand opening tonight here in St. Johns County. Let's just say if I would have known how many people were going to show up to this damn store, I would have never gone tonight. There had to be 10,000 people out there. It was insane. But I'm driving home and I had to go to the grocery store because the only thing I have in the fridge at that point was some fresh fish. Yes. Like maybe a quarter to half a pound of ground beef and a package of bacon. And that's it. And maybe some cans of tuna in the cupboard or something. So I had to go get some chicken and some more ground beef and stuff. But on the way, I passed by Whataburger, and there's like a line around the building, all these headlights and brake lights, all at Whataburger. And I'm just thinking, that's so foreign looking now. Like, because I used to eat there, but like I don't go to any of those places anymore. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of people buying shitty hamburgers. Just amazes me how many people like eat junk food every day, like every day.
And they're not
Sometimes
even concerned about it.
like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, at a drive-through. Ugh. Makes me nauseous just thinking of it. So I don't know. I heard this on the radio this morning. That the radio station was talking about it, and they had this big deal. Unnamed airline had narrow miss with UFO near the Pentagon. Report reveals. First of all, why are they keeping the airline unnamed? And it didn't say UFO; it said UAP because Yeah, that's a good question, Craig. So since I live in the South, why is Louisiana hot sauce not hot? Exactly. It's like not hot at all, and it's got a lot of vinegar in it. It's like a vinegar sauce. It's like a red vinegar sauce. Yeah, it's not really hot. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. The hot sauce that I make, you can bet your ass it's hot. A commercial plane had a near miss with an unexplained aerial phenomenon, more commonly known as an unidentified flying object, or UFO, over the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of New York, according to a fresh report released by the Pentagon. After the close brush, the airline crew informed the incident to the Federal Aviation Administration, stating that it had a near miss with a cylindrical. I can't say that word tonight for some reason. Cylindrical object while over the Atlantic Ocean, just off the coast of New York. It remains unclear when the supposed close brush took place or which airline was involved. Yeah, right. They know which airline. The case in New York remains the only incident recorded where a possible flight safety issue was encountered during the event. Pentagon later added, the agency that reviews all of the new incidents being reported by the military personnel and now additional federal agencies is the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. Ooh, fancy name you got there. Which added that it was continuing in its research of the Empire State case or the New York case. Notably between May 2023 and June 2024, they received 757 new incident reports, 485 that occurred in that time period, and another 272 reports from 2021 and 2022 that have not been previously revealed to the premier agency. A total of 18 incidents were reported near U.S. nuclear infrastructures, weapons, and launch sites as well. 10 of the reported are unnamed aerial systems flew over protected areas for a duration less than 5 minutes. 2 instances involved longer flight times of 53 minutes and 1 hour and 57 minutes, respectively. Flight duration is unknown for the remaining 6 cases. We saw it, but we don't know how long it was flying there for. We don't know how long it was flying over the nuclear missile plant. We lost track of time. Okay, makes sense, right? Owing to the rising backlog of cases, a significant number of reports remain unsolved. Currently, it's investigating 444 cases. Orbs, cylinders, triangles. In one of these cases, it's been happening over an extended period of time, and it's possible that multiple things are happening. Koloski added, explaining both the UAPs, how they may have looked or what they may have looked like. Despite not being able to explain multiple reports, the AARO said it discovered no evidence of extraterrestrial beings, activity, or technology. We don't know what it is. It's an unidentified flying object, but it's not a UFO. There's no proof that it's a UFO. We just don't know what it is. And this one apparently came so close that it made a safety issue out of it. But we don't know what it is. But it's not terrestrial. Why do they just not want to admit what they already know, what everybody knows?
It's always just nothing to see here.
Move along.
We've given you your little explanation, and you're tied up with your little red bow.
Yeah. No fly zone over the Pentagon because they don't want more missiles being shot. I mean, planes hitting it. Flying wiener swamp gas. It's a space peanut.
Space peanut.
What you got there? Big old frozen chunk of poopy. Speaking of poopy.
Hot death, hot sauce, black death. Oh, speaking of poopy, yeah.
Speaking of poopy. Oh, did I send you?
Huh?
Did I send you the poop tent today?
No.
No, I didn't send you the poop tent.
I was just taking care of a little cat-related poop issue a couple minutes ago, but I did not receive a poop tent.
I got the spice poo on me.
Oh no.
There's a frozen chunk of poopy, boy.
So a lot of these were, well, most of these except the last one, is from 2 weeks ago when we couldn't go on because of the tech issue. A naked drunk Brit tourist found covered in poo after surviving horror hotel balcony fall. There's a picture of him sitting there that makes me laugh. And the foot through the ceiling had me dying.
Gnarly.
It says at the top, police have suspicions over what the British tourist was doing when he was found dangling through the ceiling of a Thai internet cafe, drunk, naked, and covered in poo, but say it wasn't illegal. But the foot through the ceiling, I'm just dying. A drunk, naked, and poo-covered Brit crashed through the ceiling of an internet cafe in a notoriously seedy holiday destination. It's understood the 51-year-old tourist had plunged through this hotel balcony and was found dangling above the busy cafe in Thailand. Hotel staff said the Brit could be heard making loud groans and banging about his room before hearing a humongous bang. Moments later, the man's legs were dangling above shocked cafe goers as he cried for help. Police and paramedics attended the scene quickly and found the holiday maker in a dazed state and was trapped between wooden boards. No witness saw the Brit plummet through the roof, but his crash landing forced the gamers to flee due to the stench. A customer, Samrak, said at the time the shop was full of people, more than 20 people. I was sitting playing games downstairs. After a while, I heard the first thump. I didn't think much of it. After a while, there was another thump. The ceiling started to break more. There were legs coming down right on my head, so I called the staff to come look. After a while, it seemed like the ceiling started to sink. As if they weren't shocked enough by legs hanging through. I was very shocked, so I ran up to look. I smelled it, but I thought it was a broken water pipe or something. Cops who later checked on the Brit's room were horrified to allegedly find poo smeared across the floor, bed sheets, and blankets. Police said there were suspicions around what the man was doing as he plummeted through the balcony. Police lieutenant said the tourist had minor injuries, but he will be discharged from the hospital to have time to rest and become sober. We have some ideas about what he was doing in the room to make it so dirty, but there was nothing illegal. The man was taken to a hospital for a checkup and to sober up safely.
I was still wondering exactly how you get covered in poo.
And why it looks like he's sitting on a bunch of like plastic or something, like plastic sheeting.
Oh, there was some sheeting going on. Apparently.
Sheeting. Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sharding sheeting. But he does look dazed. But what was he doing? Like crapping on himself and rolling around in plastic wrap? Or
I just don't even know. I don't even know what to think or where to go on that one.
like, was he on drugs and he was like doing heroin or something and like uncontrollably crapping?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I had done the story last week of, again, the dude falling through the ceiling for the police, which we had another one like that like a year ago. But this was a whole different situation entirely.
Wow. Up there's a frozen chunk of poopy. No, it's a meteorite. Nope. See the peanut? It's a dead giveaway.
Wait till he sobers up.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough falling through the roof, but covered in poo. I don't know. You're doing something weird.
Maybe it happens all the time.
You got to be doing some kind of crazy bullshit to be covered with poopy. I don't know. Scared to ask any further details. Present. Share screen. Window. Share. Boom. Mystery surrounds a skeleton made up of bones from 5 different people. Well, then. That would be a mystery. It's a skeleton, but it's made of bones from 5 different people. A skeleton unearthed in a small town in Belgium over 40 years ago has become the center of a long, enduring mystery. Long, enduring mystery. At least it wasn't covered in poo. When archaeologists first discovered the skeletal remains in a town of, I'm not even going to pretend I can pronounced that, of Pomeriverol in South Belgium back in the 70s. They initially assumed that it was Roman burial dating back around 1700 years. This would seem to have been the end of the matter, but then in 2019, efforts to radiocarbon date the skeleton revealed something extraordinary that nobody could have ever expected. Well, the skull did indeed date back to the Roman era. The other bones were not Roman at all. Not only did it turn out that these bones were from entirely different periods in time, but it was also determined that they had belonged to no fewer than 5 different individuals. Someone, it seems, had put the skeleton together like a macabre jigsaw puzzle, according to archaeologist and study lead author Barbara I'm not even going to try that one either. It's likely that the skeleton had been revisited and perhaps even added to over the extended period of time. There were other bones scattered around the individual, suggesting that people could also have come back to the burial. But why would someone do something like this? In all likelihood, researchers argue superstitions had a lot to do with it. Really? Maybe it's just a bone collector. Disturbance of the burial may have necessitated reparations through completion of construction, an individual with agency in the afterlife. That sentence made no sense whatsoever. A second possibility is that the entire individual was assembled during the Gallo-Roman period, combining locally sourced Neolithic bones with the Roman period cranium. But the bottom line is they don't know what the hell, who, or where all these bones that make up this skeleton of at least 5 different people came from or how it originated. So, yeah, there's that. Would be weird to find the skeleton and do a little research on it and go, wait a minute, these bones don't match. Jamie's got some Aurora Borealis looking lights going on there. I just got the old boring flickering light in the back. Meteor shit. Lady boys. Hey, one thing about Thailand.
Oh my God.
They, whatever, however you think about it, they do lady boys right over there.
They look like girls, man.
That's some confusing shit going on over there.
Like a complete mind F.
Yeah. Thailand knows how to do ladyboys right.
They really do.
Kind of scary. Yeah, here, no, not really. No. Here, it just looks like a fat dude with a beard dressed in a dress. But there's some trickery going on.
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Not tell the difference unless something falls out.
Yeah. Oh, what do we have here? Boing. Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. Is that a hot dog in your mini skirt, or you're just glad to see me? Yeah, I was this one dude, I can't even remember his name, but his YouTube channel, he just travels around, to different countries and makes videos and, goes through the town and, talks to the people there and businesses and whatever. And yeah, he was in Thailand and he's interviewing this girl and he, she's all friendly and he's asking her, you want to come back, to my place? And she's like, well, sure, but I'm Lady Boy. And he's like, yeah. And say what? And she's like, I'm Lady Boy. And he's like, there's no way. He was like face to face with her and couldn't believe it. Like, there's no way. You gotta prove it to me. Apparently she did.
Wow.
Giant catapult.
This one is cool. It's got a really cool video after it. Because you really have to see the video to get like the full. I have a cat that's like back, she's sleeping and she's like crying in her sleep, like little whimper, and I don't know why. That's why I keep looking at it. Why is he crying, Momo?
I'm going to go back and try to find the video.
Because you definitely got to see the video. And that's what I was talking about with the pumpkin chunkin. And then I realized the video, the article actually did mention pumpkin chunkers, but I thought, man, you could put anything into that thing. I bet. It's like the whatever intricable force or wherever force, or as it's just like spinning so fast. Fling. So a giant catapult defies gravity. Oh, is that the picture? Let's put the picture up there. There we go. Giant catapult defies gravity by launching satellites into orbit without the need of rocket fuel. A California-based company, Spin Launch, is capturing attention with its innovative satellite launch system, especially from enthusiasts in the pumpkin chunkin community. This technology aims to revolutionize the way satellites are sent into space, using a giant rotating arm to pulling satellites into low Earth orbit. Remarkably, this process eliminates the need for rocket fuel, relying solely on electricity, which you need, again, rocket fuel. I mean, like a fossil fuel to, create. Spin Launch has already conducted multiple successful tests with this technology. This is not a rocket, and clearly our ability to perform in just 11 months this many tests and have them all function as planned really is a testament to the nature of our technology, said Jonathan, founder and CEO of Spin Launch, after their 10th successful launch in 2022. The company plans to launch constellations of satellites into orbits below 600 miles by 2026. Satellites are crucial for monitoring Earth's health, detecting issues like methane leaks, and conducting various other types of research. Therefore, a cleaner, more effective method of placing them in orbit is significant for scientific advancements. The concept behind Spin Launch's technology isn't entirely new. Kinetic energy has been harnessed for centuries through devices like siege machines used in medieval warfare to hurl heavy objects over long distances. Modern-day pumpkin chunking contests, which involve launching pumpkins using similar mechanics, showcase kinetic and potential energy in action. Spin Launch's system might leave some of these enthusiasts wondering how many pumpkins they could send into space with such a machine. The company's groundbreaking innovation is made possible by modern materials and miniaturized electronics. High-strength carbon fiber and compact electronic systems are crucial to the technology's success. And people, they practice and shot all sorts of shit out there on that thing. Modern electronics, materials, and simulation tools allow for satellites to be adapted to the kinetic launch environment with relative ease, Spin Launch explains on its website. The technology must withstand extreme conditions, including the vacuum of space and rapid acceleration. A video of one of Spin Launch's tests shows the excitement and precision involved. When the satellite exits the launch barrel, it happens so quickly. If you blink, you lose it. They've collaborated with major organizations like NASA, Airbus, and Cornell University. If it proves reliable, it could dramatically reduce the fuel required for satellite launches. And then they compare SpaceX's use of it. The environment impact of traditional rocket launches comes under scrutiny. Again, they're talking about why it makes it more efficient and better for the environment. So let's see. And I have posted this one. I can post it again. And they go on talking more about these different rockets that they're doing. But let's just show the video. I think the video is way better than all the mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo jumbo.
Hmm.
And then how it like breaks apart. Like at the beginning where they show you like what's all inside the capsule.
That's a trip. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely ways of getting stuff to travel through space without fuel. Because, you know, once supposedly, I don't know, Jack. I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground when it comes to space travel, but supposedly, once, an object's moving, there's nothing to stop it or slow it down. So you just got to worry about stopping or slowing down, I guess.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
I was, the dude that I play on here sometimes, I can't think of his name, the flat earther guy.
Mhm.
I was watching a video that he did the other day talking about Elon Musk's, satellites. Like when you see that train of lights going up, he was saying that, they say they're satellites, but he was showing, they're 300 and something miles away. But you can see them, with the naked eye. But he was showing a 757 or whatever, which is basically the size of a football field. And it was a lot closer at 350 miles away. I don't know. It just doesn't, it wasn't making sense how these things are supposedly the size of a, small little tabletop, but you can see them from 350 miles away. I don't know. This guy has some weird videos, but he does make you think, like, really? I don't know.
When I seen that time going right over me, they really didn't even look like that high up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, the other night when I sent you that video of the moon, I was fishing downtown. And, there's a lot of light pollution, because I'm in downtown St. Augustine, but you could still really see the stars and stuff really good. And I was just sitting down there, had my phone turned off, and I was just like in the moment of, couldn't hear anything but the water and the wind. And I'm sitting there like looking up in the stars, like wondering if I'm going to see anything. And I saw lots of stuff moving up there. A couple of them were definitely planes, but there was a few things moving, and I don't know what they were. Weird. There was one, just a white light that was just moving. Didn't have any red, didn't have any green. Just a white light that was just moving along.
I had a story tonight about a white orb that someone just saw, I think on the East Coast somewhere, but I was saving it for next week. So I didn't read it. Was that the night you took the moon pictures?
Yeah. Have you heard about the, I got a couple of other articles here, but I'm going to skip a few. But did you hear the latest controversy with the Pope?
Which one?
Let me pull this up here. That's not what I wanted to pull up. Share screen. Add stage. Pope Francis stirs controversy with interreligious remarks. Strange. What's even stranger is I don't have the article here. It is gone. Anyways, I read the article, so I'll just make some shit up. Anybody hear about this? The Pope basically was saying, yeah, Jesus was a liar. And I don't know. He just got some really Well, it says here Pope Francis prompted controversy Friday with remarks of interreligious meetings in Singapore that some have taken as a departure from the Catholic doctrine on the role of Jesus Christ in salvation. Let me see if I can pull the article up real quick. So I'm not just... Well, that's a video. Don't want that. An interreligious youth meeting in Singapore last week, Pope Francis made some troubling statements about how people around the world can find God's salvation. Departing from his prepared remarks, he went off script, in other words. Francis declared to the gathering that every religion is a way to arrive at God. He continued, sort of a comparison, and an example would be they're sort of like different languages in order to arrive at God. The leader of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics continued along his universalist tack. But God is good for all, and God is for all, and we are all sons and daughters of God. He lamented on that some argue, but my God is more important than your God. He asked, is that true? Answering his own question to the young people, he finished. The leaders on stage representing various religions happily shook their heads in agreement. You can hear Pope Francis make these comments here below. And he's speaking whatever in Latin or whatever he speaks. And they're dubbing it over. So who knows if he's really saying what they're saying he's saying. But yeah, he made some pretty strange things. Some pretty strange statements. Like some people in the Catholic religion are like calling for his head, basically.
I've always found this guy to be creepy. I've never trusted him.
Yeah. Trying to find some of the comments that he made.
Like, I haven't thought a pope was cool until, like, who was that one, like 3 ago or 4? I can't remember his name right now, but he seemed like a cool pope.
Yeah, anyways, I don't know where my article went that I had prepared for that, but that's what happened.
Sent you, but I don't know if it's the right one. It seemed like it might be the right article, but I'm not sure.
And of course, now my messenger doesn't want to work. It wants me to put a pin in to restore it. What?
Oh, just click out and click back in.
I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, I think it was John Paul.
Maybe the Pope didn't want me to read it after all. Yeah, I heard, Russia's threat about using nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Strange that, that we do have reports of unidentified flying objects, UAPs, UFOs, whatever the hell you want to call them. It's pretty amazing sometimes that they seem to focus around nuclear sites or weaponized sites. Like, it's almost like, if they are aliens, they're up there going, you don't want to do that. You're going to screw yourself.
Seriously.
Just one time.
I have the maps and stuff too.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about, the Pope, the current Pope being the Antichrist.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? It's kind of strange.
Roboticists create zombie drone out of dead animals to spy on wildlife. Boffins have come up with a novel and creepy way to study wildlife. A team of biometric roboticists at New Mexico Tech have used taxidermy birds to create naturalistic drones, which can be then used to monitor animals in their natural habitats. Because every pigeon sounds like a propeller.
Yeah.
Dr. Mofasta developed the Frankenstein-like creations as an alternative to the noisy hexacopter and quadcopter, which are often used to monitor wildlife. Not only are the traditional drones loud, they also pose a threat to wildlife if they get too close. Dude and his team hope these new zombie drones will be so natural they can capture nature up close. Having already nailed the flying zombie drone, the team are now working on making a taxidermy drone for use in the water out of a dead duck. Dude said use of a taxidermy duck significantly enhances its hydrodynamic properties. The natural shape and feather structure of a real duck defines water resistance, allowing smoother and more efficient movement through the water. Additionally, the waterproof properties of the duck's feathers, combined with their natural buoyancy, help maintain stability and prevent drag, which is challenging to replicate with artificial materials. Ducks aren't the only bird to have a second life. The doctor and his team are also bringing in pigeons back from the dead with a drone that has a realistic head movement. The pigeon cameras are designated to collect environmental monitoring data in a way that is non-intrusive and blends seamlessly into the environment. We aim to capture high-resolution images and videos for applications such as wildlife research and studying bird behavior. The nutty professor added the realistic pigeon drones will be able to observe interactions without disturbing the animals or drawing attention. The team are also working on giving the drone a perching mechanism by integrating shape memory alloys into the bird's claws. All the animals used to have been legally acquired through certified taxidermists and died of natural causes.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but a bird, it's like when you throw out like a duck, a decoy duck, like they might be thrown off for a minute, but it's like it don't take long for animals to realize something's up.
Yeah. And it's weird too, just like last night, or the other night, I was sitting downtown there when I was fishing on, downtown St. Augustine, and like I said before, I was just in my own world, phone off, just like living in the moment. But then I also was thinking, it's nice to just be here, like, on my own, by myself, away from, the hustle, the bustle. But then I'm thinking, how many cameras are watching me right now?
Right?
It's like, the other day we were walking on this nature trail, and I'm like, I wonder how many cameras are actually like watching people out here.
Like the ones that you can just type in. Like San Francisco has a bunch of public ones. Oakland has a bunch of public ones. Like if you're in a center area where they have a public Fisherman's Wharf has like a public camera you can look at.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you just type in live cameras and like all kinds of stuff comes up.
Yeah. Live cameras, St. Augustine, Florida.
Yeah, there's a bunch here. St. Augustine Live.
Yeah, that's what I just clicked on. No, it's taken a minute.
Let's see. I think I got a crystal video here.
I was just thinking that in my head. I was asking you that question in my mind.
Oh, I was answering you verbally. Here we go with it. I think this is the right one. Yeah. This week's crystal of the week is Hackmanite. What is Hackmanite? It's a rare sulfur chloric sodium aluminum silicate, member of the sodalite family. It crystallizes in the form of masses, cubic, and octahedral formations. This is one of the very few minerals that is a tenebrescence, changes color when exposed to sunlight, as well as UV reflective. It can be seen in a variety of colors such as gray, green, yellow, violet, pink, and blue, but most commonly found in a dusty white. Hackmanite was first discovered in Greenland by L.H. Borgstrom in 1901. He named it after the famed Finnish geologist Victor Axel Hackman. Important deposits of Hackmanite are located in Afghanistan, Myanmar, Canada, Norway, and Russia. Some of the meaning and energy with Hackmanite. It helps grant one's access to their crown chakra while enhancing their mental capabilities. One will be able to see through the strength that the human mind possesses, which can lend them to the gateway of higher knowledge. This elevated knowledge is from celestial beings in addition to one's own spirit guides and guardian angels. The messages you may receive may be bleak and confusing, but working with Hackmanite will help you learn the language of the gods. This special mineral helps one not only decode the imagery within their own visions, but also the symbolism in one's nightly dreams. These are signs pointing you in the direction that your soul desires. By nature, humans are caught up in daily distractions, which only push one further away from achieving their dreams. However, Hackmanite works to help one prioritize what's most important to them and how they should go about achieving it. This stone, as a means for one's personal growth and spirit evolution, is a good one, and you will begin to know the power of Hackmanite and its energies as they continue to work with the stone. Just as this stone reveals hidden colors when exposed to special light, it will also do the same to you. Hackmanite is your special light that helps peel back your layers and reveals the beauty of your mind and soul. This mineral also enhances all communication abilities and helps one easily discuss what's on their mind. Hackmanite naturally provides a special connection between your mind and throat. This connection pushes one to become expressive and vocal in their personal ideas, feelings, and desires. So embrace your thoughts and don't be afraid to share them. Let the world hear the real you as you begin to inspire the ones around you with some Hackmanite. There you go. There you have it. This week's Crystal of the Week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one. A little bit of Hackmanite.
I want
Wow.
some of that.
Do you?
I was just looking at it recently, yeah. I don't remember why, but I came across it. Do you have some?
I think I have a little piece. Yep.
I might want to get a bracelet like that.
Hackmanite bracelet.
Mm.
Here's a live cam on Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia.
I could drive by our camera real fast and wave.
St. Augustine. Venice Beach.
Look up in Washington. Washington.
Washington, D.C. Where?
Washington by Oregon.
Ah.
They got hit with the bomb cyclone today.
Mm.
The Bay Area is supposed to get it probably tomorrow.
What is actually the bomb cyclone? I haven't been paying attention in class, apparently.
It's another made-up thing to do with like atmospheric blah blah blah. I sent it to Heather also. Difference between a bomb cyclone and a hurricane. This is a different one. One big difference between a hurricane and a bomb cyclone is the need for wind and shear. Wind shear hinders hurricane develop. Now the other one had to do with like. Let me see if I can find it. That was a better description. Oh, I see Pete. Hey, Pete. I didn't even know you. He's probably not on anymore.
There's the old alligator farm.
Mm.
The butt ramp.
Bomb cyclones also need upper level winds to organize, which is opposite of a hurricane. With a bomb cyclone, strong winds are likely, some even reaching hurricane force of 70 miles per hour or more. Bomb cyclones also bring heavy precipitation to the area. Hurricanes rely on warm, moist air from the ocean to grow in strength. And these basically come from like the atmospheric rivers that they're putting up in our skies. It's all weather modified.
Yeah, what if you get this on your Ring camera? Here in Florida, it'd be dance, clown. So like the one of the guy licking the doorbell for 3 hours.
As the guy obviously.
We've been getting a lot, like neighbors out here are getting a lot of really weird things on their door cameras, and they're so they're so like useless that they're just like, oh, there's nothing. It's probably just fine. They're probably kids just playing a game. No, they're walking up to your house carrying guns and, kicking stuff on your door. They're not just playing games, and you don't even have kids. It's like, oh, they're playing a high school game. So they make a lot of excuses for these things happening in the neighborhoods instead of taking it seriously and thinking, yeah, we should kind of keep an eye out on that.
Yeah.
Neighbors need to kind of look out for each other. I do my patrol every night,
Yeah.
I've kept this area pretty dang clean. I didn't tell you what happened last night. Holy cow. But it was all good. It wasn't any danger type thing. It was just like, gosh.
Craziness.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's after 2 a.m. here for me, so I think I'm going to call it a night and go to bed.
I think that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to go outside and go on my walk.
All righty.
I need crystallite wrapped. My phantom clear quartz.
Yeah, I had a weird one. Speaking of jewelry, you know me, weird shit with jewelry. I have these 2 rings right here. Got this ring and this ring. And in between that ring, I had another one that I made that was just a round. It was like a small version of, this, but it was for this finger. It was just a round ring that had a silver punched out centerpiece of a quarter on it. And that silver piece sat on top here, and it was round, it went around. There was no splits in it or anything. It's gone. There's no way. Yeah, the whole ring's gone. There's no way it could get off my finger because it was sandwiched in between those 2. And I just looked down today and it's gone. And I didn't take these off. Like, I sleep in them and stuff. It's gone. I'm like, how's that happen? It's gone.
That's crazy.
And there's no way to get it off my finger without taking that ring off, taking it off, and putting this ring back on. There's no way, unless it just like broke or something, which...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, unless it snapped on the back and then you find pieces in your bed somewhere.
Yeah, but I seriously doubt that happened. But I don't know.
Well, I had a weird thing happen with cat beds last night. I'm not going to try to explain it right now. I'll sound completely crazy, but I know I didn't do it. I don't know how this could have happened. I know the cats, as smart as they are, couldn't have done it. There's no way weird stuff's been going on.
Yep. Oh, well. Good night, weirdos.
Good night, weirdos.
Catch you next time on the old Weird Wednesday.
Maybe play a game or something.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.